Hi, so in this video, I'm going to talk about a show I recently saw called Lessons in Chemistry. It was created by Lee Eisenberg. It's an American historical drama film, and it stars Brie Larson and Louis Pullman in the main character's role. So, what is the story is about? The story is basically about it's about a chemist, Elizabeth Zott, who worked as a chemist in the 1950s, and then she was fired from her lab as a chemist, mainly because she was not able to progress in her career because she didn't have an advanced degree and she was a woman. And because of that discrimination, she decided to start and create her own cooking show where she decided and wanted to educate people about how cooking was a way to empower yourself. But more than that, this is a show about human relationships. It's basically about how Elizabeth Zott and Calvin Evans build a life together with their common passion for food and chemistry largely. They meet up at this lab as research students, but they really develop a strong connection with each other. And I think what's beautiful about this relationship is how they did not have to adjust or change too many things about themselves to be with each other. And they consistently went out of their way to make the other person feel comfortable in their quirks. And I think that was what was unique about this relationship between Calvin Evans and Elizabeth Zott. And at one point, Elizabeth Zott does tell Calvin Evans that she does not want to get married because if she felt that it would define her for the rest of her life. And Calvin Evans' character was Calvin Evans was okay with that. So that was interesting to see. It was a very modern view on what a relationship could be like. Apart from that, I think it showed the politics of of academia really well. About how to succeed, you need to get grants, you need to publish more. Otherwise, it's really hard to make a name for yourself in that industry. And overall, I think it's also a film about second chances because when academia didn't work out for her, Elizabeth Zott decided to take up a career as a food show host, and she did really well there as well. So it's about realizing that just because one thing ends for you, you don't have to believe that everything is over for you. I think there are 8 episodes in this series, and it's based on a book by Bonnie Garmus, and that's something I really want to read. I think the book was really well written, and it was adapted really well by Lee Eisenberg and his team. So beautiful production design too. I think the you really go back to the 1950s when you watch this show, and yeah, that's my review of this film, and I highly recommend this series, Lessons in Chemistry, developed by Lee Heisenberg based on the book Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus.